Welcome back to part 2 of my online lectures. This one in particular focuses on what is Common Core, who on earth are the Middle States Association from the United States, why are they in Saudi Arabia, but how can we understand them? How can we build them into our lessons? For that, we're going to use ChatGPT. So first of all, who are the Middle States Association? Well, they're just that, the Middle States Accrediting Organization for essentially validating the quality of education delivered by schools to students. They have the Western Association for Schools and Colleges and also the Eastern Association. We are focusing on the second one, the Middle States Association. So it fits right in between the two. I like to think it's the middle child here. Second of all, the framework or curriculum. Think of Common Core as, well, it is a framework, but imagine the school as the scaffolding. The Common Core is not on a building, the bricks, the mortar, the glass, the air conditioning, the roof tiles. Instead, what Common Core represents is the scaffolding. The building should not extend beyond this square footage. It should not be elevated beyond this certain level. You can do what you want with the windows, with the doors, with the living room, with the lounge, with the bathrooms, whatever you like, it's up to you. However, it cannot exceed these requirements. So I find that rather empowering and exciting because it gives me purpose with every single lesson that passes. I have different students before me, and it's my job, working within a framework, to determine the education relevant and suitable for them, as opposed to a curriculum which was devised by somebody else that I don't know, who doesn't know me or my students in front of me, but I still need to learn what they want me to say and then say it all together. We're not robots, we're educators, and we were employed by this school to teach, to educate, not deliver. And I find that rather exciting. So the Common Core State Standards, revised in 2010, were intended to create or develop college and career readiness for their American students, elevating and redeveloping the quality of American education to a global level. Now, we need to use Common Core State Standards in our lesson plans. It's always nice to reference them in lesson, give yourself some credibility. If you've had a bad couple of lessons, continue to show students that you know what you're talking about. They may not understand Common Core State Standards. They're students. Quite frankly, I don't think they care. So reiterating these standards, which are otherwise very confusingly written, having them on the board and showing them why this is beneficial for them, and showing the school that in your lesson plans, also having it ready for parent-teacher conferences to explain why students are on this learning journey, a series of lessons term by term. It will give you more confidence in your own ability, and it will give you de facto more control over parents and students. Now, for me, I find that frameworks discourage laziness, and I can say this from experience. When I am expected to deliver the lesson that somebody else has created, and I'm not talking about peers, I'm not talking about colleagues, when I'm expected to deliver a lesson, a presentation made by somebody in London who works for a certain organization, I'm not interested. I want to think of my own questions. I know how to approach my students. And thankfully, within a framework, we can do that. It takes a little more work, but quite frankly, job satisfaction and fulfillment, I will take over everything else in this case because, well, we all need reasons. Everybody needs reasons to get out of bed. And if it's to show your quality in front of your students, which I find greatly fulfilling, then perfect. Now, using ChatGPT for this, I've displayed on the screen some very confusing Common Core State Standards. It's even more vague with IB. They give you respect, they give you open-mindedness. Now, what do these mean and how can you build these into class? It's a little clearer in the wording that IB use, but certainly these standards are not written for the layman. So how do we make them layman's terms? Well, good question. If I'm doing informative writing or even argumentative writing, I can try and uncode them myself, flick through the Word document, or ask ChatGPT. You will find that ChatGPT will not give you a good response if you give it a farcical incentive. If you fill it with garbage, it's going to give you a terrible response. Explain with eloquence exactly what you're hoping to get out of this lesson. why you are delivering argumentative writing, what grade. And if it gives you something that you don't like, stop, start again. Your investment of time into GPT and into understanding this framework will pay off in the long term, be it with teachers, fellow teachers, your students, parents, or the senior leadership team. All in all, it is a fantastic approach to education. And I'm not saying that because it's IPS. I'm saying it because I like it. Because it gives you freedom, but don't abuse that freedom. That's all I'll say. Thank you for your time. I'm at 5.5 minutes. Thank you very much.